Louise, my darling, it is an honor to take you out to dinner. But of course, because things are so expensive these days, I chose to take you on a very simple date. Right? I have provided some music entertainment for us. And it all goes back to the time when we started our journey in marriage.
Well, that's pretty romantic.
That's pretty romantic. Of course, we have here on the table a photograph of you and I when we got married.
Wow. It
Yes.
was real dapper, you know. You were dapper 53 years ago. And now, 53 years later, look at how sharp you're looking.
Don't make skyline. Let me see this up there. Freeze camera. Look at me. Pop, 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 pop. Linda says to hold it out like this. Yes, I have taken my wife to dinner tonight. And I really, oh my hand got in the way. But nevertheless, people know that we are amateurs of this business, but we want to present that beautiful, beautiful occasion and enjoy it together. So I go back to this photograph here. I will, you know, it was expensive to find a place that will allow us to play music. So I have decided that the night we were strangers, we fell in love, right? So I have brought out my harmonica, and to cut expenses, I will be the one providing the music. You would like to tip me? Oh, certainly. Whoa. Sorry, wrong note. That's starting the marriage on a high note. Strangers in the night, two lonely people, two lovely people, wondering where it be. Will we be together 53 years from now?
Oh, wow.
And here we are on a splendid date. I hope you don't hate this little date that I could afford.
Well,
Oops.
well, I would like to present you with a date.
Okay, my dear girl.
You
Oh, gee whiz,
decide to
this is
have
a
a
tragic.
date.
Anyway, where we going? Oh my, it is a date indeed. And I reach
That's a
out for
grand
it.
date for you.
But you hold on, 50-50.
I think I want to hold on, you know.
No man, don't be so greedy, no, man. It wasn't greedy in the beginning, you know. They really say that when people go around together, you have to learn who they are as you go along, you know.
Yeah, because 52 years after, you could be a far cry from what you were. You know. But,
Expectations could be very high then, you know.
yeah. But I didn't fall too far from what you expected, did I?
No, not at all. Not at all. That is why I could take the opportunity to take you on this date this evening. You understand? So, I will raise my glass. Unfortunately, your glass doesn't seem to be.
Well, I'll tell you what. I would like to see that you and I are very different.
Really? Okay, well, that's great. That's good, that's good.
I like milky stuff,
Uh-huh.
and you like wine.
Yes. Red
So,
wine?
but that did not stop us
Mm-hmm.
from having 52 happy years together.
No, it didn't.
Because we were different.
It's different. We have to respect what each other likes.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we would not be compromising and we would be fighting and we would be at loggerheads and then we would want to split.
I know today is Boxing Day.
Take it easy, kiddo.
I use my right hand, so that's so strong. So if I see,
Wait a minute. You talking about from the wedding glove?
from wedding glove to
To
boxing
boxing
glove.
glove.
Yeah, man.
From wedding glove to boxing glove? Bow! Oh, jeez, straight across the jaw.
But they say, whenever you do something, if it's good, do it twice.
No.
Yes, man. From wedding gloves to boxing gloves. Boxing Day.
Okay, my dear girl. Well, Mom,
So-
I raise this glass and I toast to you. Take it easy. I paid a lot of money for that. And you know property tax coming on.
Yeah, no,
So we
man.
can't afford to splurge too heavy and all these bad spending habits we might have had before, the luxuries we allow. We gotta watch it now, you know.
Well, yeah, no, man.
Now, why you think you're getting this kind of date? Because if we went to a restaurant with this kind of setting, Mamalo, you don't have money to put gas in the car tomorrow.
But yeah, now, Lancy, you're making a good point there. Because I'll tell you something. You know, in marriage, there's a lot of communication that has to take place.
Right.
And some topics could be very ticklish. Some topics could be very, you know, heated. After you're married, you know when you're going around for true, eh, boy? Really and truly, courtship is wonderful.
Of course.
Courtship is fantasy. But marriage is real life. Excuse my hands.
That's it, man.
And you know something? One of the things that when people are very different, it's difficult to see eye to eye on a lot of things.
Especially when you're into good.
Now, fortunately, we are different, but we have a lot in common.
That's good.
But always, you are the realist, and I am the...
You're the humorist.
I'm a little bit of sweet bread boy.
This is our friend Roy provided this, you know. You want me to tell people you make it?
Not at all. We don't tell tales.
That's right, and we don't take credit where.
Roy
Whereas-
makes one of the best sweet bread.
Hey, Deborah does too, you know.
Deborah sent us a lovely sweet bread for the Christmas holiday for Mr. Sana and Mama Lou and Papa Duck. Papa Duck, Mommy Papa Lance.
Look where you put me now.
But Deborah also is a really good person with making sweet bread.
Right. You mind if I use my hand, girl?
No, man. This is a casual date.
Hey, this is a special date. I mean casual date. Just because I get rid of some neon lights and all of that and fanciful thing. It's just a casual date. Behave yourself, Louise. This is a special date. Anything we do together has to be special, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You made mention there about property tax. You know? And I was thinking, you know, that although property tax have been talked about for years, and so yet when it actually come into place, people will be caught napping. And will not have money to pay the property tax. They may opt for paying it monthly. Easier installment. But I was thinking about conflicts and heated arguments. What can bring about conflict in marriage, heated arguments, strong disagreements?
You started money, no? You started money. Mr. Say used to say, you can't take love to the market, you know.
Yeah, that is true.
You gotta have money. But when you get your own home, I mean, you make a point, right? But let me just interject a bit.
Oh, great.
When you make your own, and you see, there's another thing too that is great for marriage. You didn't feel pushed out of what you're going to say. You say, go ahead, because you know you're coming back afterwards.
I'm going back stronger than...
No comparison.
No comparison.
No competition.
I'm coming back longer than you.
Longer than me?
Taking longer time to talk.
Anyway, the free spending, things you like to do, right? One has now to really, especially if you're investing in your own home, but what do you call it when you get your loan from the bank and whatnot? Mortgage, right? Your mortgage is going to be pretty high. You might have acquired a car, a vehicle, right? You might not have any kids on the way yet, but you have to also consider that.
Yeah. No, you have to thoughtfully plan your family, you know.
You have to thoughtfully plan it.
Yeah, gone are the days where you say, I want 5 children, or I want 4 children. And if you get 4 boys, you're trying for the yield until you get a yield like that, and you have 6 children. All those kind of fantasy and so. Well, people have to be living much more practical lives. I was thinking, as you say, money conflict is a very easy thing to happen in couples.
Right.
Now, we didn't have that problem.
No.
Because I was the finance manager.
You were the breadwinner, man. You were the breadwinner.
And the financial manager had no opposition whatsoever, whether the budget bust or not.
Now your budget never bust. Your budget never bust. As a matter of fact, I feel you could have worked alongside Colin Booth, you know?
You think so?
Yeah, boy. You'd have been happy for your input. Go ahead.
Yeah. So we never had that conflict over money, because, you know, all the money in one pot, and the same pot doing everything. And what remained back will be considered part of the funds for vacation.
That's right.
So there was no conflict. You do what you have to do.
But traveling in the West Indies then, the West Indian Islands,
Still is most expensive.
It was still very expensive then?
Yeah. It was, well, I mean, in the original early days, in the early days of marriage, with 3 children, and they were young, we did Caribbean holidays. Our first big trip was in 1987. And that Lyndon was just 4 years old. And that was a big trip.
Right.
But prior to 1987, we mostly did Caribbean islands and Venezuela, and you know. So, so the thing is, as you said, the budget never bust.
Never bust.
Because I managed how I spent. If you wanted a vacation, you couldn't, you know, do certain things because you're saving towards a vacation. And I always say, if you're interested in buying a car, then you know that for 4 years, or 5 years, you will be paying a big installment for your car. So therefore, you cannot do any renovations on your home.
That's right.
Or if you decide you want a car, that's your priority, Make up your mind, for 5 years, you're not going to go on a vacation except Tobago.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a matter of sacrifice. You sacrifice one thing for the other. You can't be a spoiled child to have both or three things, everything. You're going to run into financial distress.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking about the property tax. And a husband and wife, okay, have to face, well, early in January, we probably have to come up with property tax money.
If they get it settled. Really, if everything works, if the machinery works in that
Right.
direction.
So nevertheless, we're giving it a close priority.
Mm-hmm.
Come January, we have to pay property tax.
Uh-huh.
Your car insurance is due. Your house insurance is due 3 months later. And you want to go on a vacation for the summer holidays. So let's say the husband, who might be the more practical one, but the wife might be more sentimental or emotional, and she sees things through, not being too practical, but being weighing the balance of being emotional. So your custom giving Christmas gifts, this talk might be a little too late, but some people may not have done it yet because they might say, well, they will wait until New Year's to give gifts because it was too busy to get around.
Mm.
But if you were accustomed spending or budget for excuse me. Oh, there's 7 of them coming, so I hope only 2 will do this time. Yeah. So let's say you have a budget of $5,000 for gifts, for family, children, and good friends.
You think people can afford that, Mike?
Right, well, I'm saying that some people can. Some might be 3, some might be 2,
Mm-hmm.
some might be 1. Whichever one, whichever category you fall in. I was thinking, well, one of the ways to probably put aside money to help with your property tax if it comes as early as January or February would be to cut down on your gift giving. And that sounds pretty practical, but in a marriage, it could be quite a squabble over that.
Yes.
Because, so if you tell me, instead of me spending $5,000 in gift, I have to spend $3,000, that means I can't buy something for my mother, I can't buy something for my brothers, I can't buy something for my sisters. All we have money is for the children, toys or whatever. And that could be a real, what you call, lock. The cartoon again, lock knock.
No.
Lockhart.
Oh gosh.
Nancy, you can't help me with that, boy. You always talk about that in the comic strip.
Lockhorns.
Lockhorns.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a real lockhorn there because I have one.
Oh, okay.
That is a real lockdown there because you really and truly will have one person sticking out. I cannot do that. I have to buy things. I have to buy certain gifts, and there's no way I can get anything cheaper than what I accustomed doing.
Mm-hmm.
And the practical person will get angry because I am giving you a very brilliant suggestion as a way to be able to have that money when it comes. Because come January, when all the money finish, and you say January is the day for payment, what's your position?
Yeah, that, yeah.
So that is one of the things you call the worst conflict is the money conflict.
Money conflict.
And disagreement on what we do with the money. And how we spend it,
lately, Louise, thank you very much for that input. I found lately, however, the word marriage seems to be like it's a hard word for people to consider now.
Mm-hmm.
You find so?
Well,
People are looking at marriage now, and I feel people are discouraged to even talk about marriage, to even discuss their marriage. One fella came here this morning though, and today he and his wife celebrate 15 years of marriage.
oh, so we have to shout out to them.
We have to shout out to Dale Tech and Christy. Today is their 15th wedding anniversary.
Congratulations, Dale and Chrissy. I am not surprised. I am not surprised that
Thank you.
you all have made 15 years together. Because Dale, I'm gonna pick you up. I'm gonna pick you up, Dale.
Well, go ahead, pick him up, pick him
You
up.
are the best Indian cook. And if a woman have a husband who is our best Indian cook, he can make good sada roti. So that means he can make breakfast, he can make good baigan. And when you talk about the bhaji, yeah, dal and rice and bhaji for lunch. Boy, you half your problems finish. When you are a good cook, when a husband is a good cook, he know his wife 50% there.
I was never a good cook.
You were a good
I was
cook.
never a cook.
You were a good cook in the first year of marriage.
First year marriage. Necessity, no?
Necessity, but now you might have to reach back to that.
Well, boy, with men like Dale and Lasana on the scene, I think I need to worry about that, you know.
And Chrissy,
Christy.
from what I know of Christy in my short time, Christy is quite an agreeable person. She allows Dale to be who he is. At least that's how I see it.
Well, you know what they call that? They call that me time. My time.
Yeah.
People need to be themselves, even if it is just a couple minutes by themselves, to be themselves.
Yeah.
And when in marriage you are allowed to be yourself and to indulge in maybe a hobby, indulge in indulge in a little self, not be selfish, right?
Like being allowed to be a little boy.
Yeah, to be a little boy, go and pick some apples out
Go
there. I mean,
and play with a hose and bathe and have fun like in the backyard, you know.
Yes.
That's allowing your husband to be who he is.
yeah. You don't think about being ridiculous, you know what I mean? Yeah.
So I think with that combination, we could turn it around. We may not be wrong, we could say 51. If God spare their life, a long life, they should be able to make 51.
Why not 53?
Well, I turn around the 15.
Oh!
First, you mean I missed that?
No, I was looking at the cake, sorry. I was distracted by the cake.
What is it? Why not 53?
I was giving them a little more.
Oh, no, 50. I turn around 15 to 51, darling.
You're a bright girl, you know, Louise. I always credit you with your brains.
I'm good with figures.
You're very good with figures, and I missed it.
You missed it.
Yeah, but it doesn't take away from the brilliancy of that statement. you made.
Calculation.
Yeah, that calculation, you know.
Good man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, so coming back there, you think, I feel that the word marriage is a...
so congratulations to your 15th anniversary. I wish you all many more, like 51 and more, Lancy 55 and 53. I wish you all happiness, love, joy, respect for each other. Consideration, communication is important. I'm sure that there has been some good bit of communication to reach 15. And understanding.
Discernment is important.
Yeah. Consider each other's feelings.
Very good.
If you say something that you know is painful, if your mouth slip, be quick to say I'm sorry. Because a lot of times people talk and you hear people say, my husband tell me the worst things. The things my husband has said to me, you wouldn't think he's a nice fella. But sometimes it's just joke too. So if your relationship allows you to tease one another with no offense, great, continue to do that. But I tell you the truth, a lot of women, if it is a husband joking, can be very sensitive to.
Yeah. Let's take that call, please, Luis. Thank you. It's Lisa. Call me Lisa. Okay.
What number you have
Got
there?
the message. That's all right.
225? So you can get
That-
messages.
Just press the stop button there, will you, please? Oh, it's gone. So, Luis, as you were
This is a
saying.
delicious drink. Tequila, rose tequila.
Papa, you know. So they say that, courtship and marriage, they're not in the same realm, you know.
Oh gosh, Nancy, realm. Boy, that's too far away words, far apart. Realm and reality.
So tell me, when we were courting, although we call it only for 10 months,
Yeah.
you saw any significant change in our relationship from the courting days to the marriage years?
No. You are very much the same person.
You too.
The only thing I found out, well, I was already going to marry, so I couldn't change it.
Is that right? Let me hear that. Let me hear that.
It was the night of our shower. So you were supposed to get me back to where I was staying by maybe 6:30. But I did not know about the shower. It was a surprise, of course, but you knew. So you met me after work, and I went to try on my wedding dress. But you were very anxious, and I'm like, well, what's the hurry? And you said, no, we have to get home. I have to drop you off by 6 o'clock. And I said, but the curfew is 9 o'clock, not 6 o'clock. Because you remember you had to leave.
Of course.
In those days, a young man had to leave the home of a girl by 9 o'clock. So when you hustling me, and it was a Friday evening.
No, but that was a standard thing, huh?
About
9 o'clock. Oh yes,
Hello.
Louisa.
Good darling, you just called? Good man, not too bad. As a matter of fact, we just doing a little video there. You want to see her, man?
Hey, Lindy.
Very good, because she called me and she said she wasn't getting through to you, you know. So I tell her, don't worry, he is coming. So what time you all got down?
Hey, bring that home for me, Louise, please, when you finish. I want to ask Lindy something.
Oh, for lunch? Okay, because you're saying she didn't know what to do because she can't get in touch with you. Yeah. Okay, hold on, eh? You want it?
Yeah. Hey, Lindy. Yeah, boy, I missed it this morning too bad, boy. Yeah, man, yeah. Listen, I want to put you on speaker, and we're doing a little thing here on marriage and courtship and how, if people have changed after courtship days to marriage days. You want to just venture a little answer? If I put you on speaker? What is your impression of the courtship and now in marriage? You mind? Well, hold on. I'm gonna switch this to speaker, right? Okay, good. Hold on. Yeah, let's talk about it a little louder, please.
Yeah, but it's the same courtship versus marriage. Yeah, you, Kimberly. Okay, Kimberly says she don't have time for questions like that, really. You will realize when you're She was children. Like this girl and with this guy, but it have a lot of things that you may be accustomed to and don't have easy access to anymore.
Yeah.
But today, for instance, when kids had the opportunity to go out alone, the kids stayed with the grandparents here. And really, that's really appreciate an opportunity to reflect. And I think it's important, long story short, it's important that if you could create moments where you could feel like you're important, even if it's one day every 3 months,
Mm-hmm.
you can just kind of spend some time alone with your partner, especially when you get married and you have children. It could be a little bit, you could use for days like that.
That is very good sound advice. That's something that you and your mother and I always do.
Yes, so make sure and you get a good mother. I know that you can leave the children, right? You can take a little run away here and there because, I mean, when you do it, you just realize how much fun it is to be to even get half an hour with your wife alone to maybe just take a drive or something, you know?
Yeah, man.
I hope that has been valuable to you.
Yes, I hope it came out clearly because I'm not sure of the volume. But anyway, thank you very much, my boy.
All right, Daddy, I'll take care.
Okay, friend. Thank you. Yes, great. Yes, my dear. So Lyndon has said, it's nice to reenact a little scenario of courtship, even once in 3 months. Louise? He says you could even reenact, a day of courtship. It's quite thrilling,
Oh, yes, very good.
Yeah, that's it.
Every 3 months.
Well, maybe once a year. Who knows? He didn't say once a year. He said once in 3 years, perhaps.
When you say, you know what you do, you go out to
Yes, you go out a little bit. You leave the kids with your with the grandmother.
just like taking a vacation, you're talking about?
That is correct. They say take a little mini vacation.
Without
Take.
your children?
Oh gosh, mommy, you want to carry your children with you too? That would be a little tedious. So you have to snatch an hour or two, or maybe a half day or a day.
So, oh yeah, I agree with that, 100%. That's a child after my own heart.
But were you ever inclined to do that? We did it together.
Eh?
We went out together.
You mean with children?
Yes, but we're talking now about courtship reenactment. Okay, for instance, what are we doing here? Okay?
Well, you get it in your old age. Courtship with your old age. That's why I said that the benefits of marriage,
Yeah,
Old
yeah.
age, when you no longer have responsibilities, you no longer have to worry about children, although the old people that say, little children, little problem, big children, big problem.
Definitely.
So, but you learn to know, well, at least, you're not responsible for them. But you're responsible for those that have been entrusted to you until you see them go through their education, and then you say, well, that part is finished. But reenacting, that's the word,
Yeah, reenacting, yeah.
courtship. That it okay maybe in very early marriage.
No, even people married 15, 20 years, if it's possible. Little moments where you can be together, alone.
Like to go for dinner, go to the beach.
Yes, do
It
something.
doesn't have to be leave your family and go somewhere.
No, but you need time for each other. You just have to have
But
time for each other.
it is said, I read where they said that every day husband and wife should have whether it's 2 hours of
Alone time.
and body contact. Body contact where you lie together in a bed or you sit together.
You're just chatting very closely.
Yeah, sitting closely. It doesn't necessarily mean, I don't know, maybe watching a movie or whatever, I don't know.
That's probably.
But-
But watching movies are a little distracting because
Yeah, because
you get absorbed with
you're
the
sitting next to each
intensity of
other.
the
Yes.
movie, right? We don't
So
want
I
that.
don't think it involves that. But I don't even think it's as long as 2 hours. But every day you have to have body contact together.
You think that's why, we enjoyed going for a roti up in Maraval, sitting,
Well,
lunch
that used to
hour.
be alone time.
Yeah, that was great,
Yeah. We did some things naturally without reading about it. We did it, we enjoyed it, and we did it again.
Hold on. I don't know why this phone ringing up. So, hello, good day. Yes, Alana, season greetings. But let me buzz you back in a while. I'm doing something here with Louise. Okay? Yeah, we will call you back shortly. Thank you. So let's talk about now sharing responsibilities in the home. Especially this is especially for newlyweds.
Yeah, that is a very important thing.
Sharing responsibilities in the home.
That is a very important thing. Now, long ago, life has really changed in the last 30 years. I would say maybe as long as 40 years. Prior to 40 years ago, most wives were at home as housewives.
Right.
The man out there working, the woman is at home, she is a house mechanic. You no longer say housewife, house mechanic.
That sounds kind of tedious though.
Well, she is maintaining. She's like a maintenance person.
Yeah, but that sounds like a lot of bolts and nuts and grease.
Well, we could debate on that, what the name should be.
No. A housewife, a simple housewife.
Well, I think people kind of didn't like how we call
You
them
object to
housewife.
being called a housewife?
But I've been a housewife for the last 15 years.
Yes, you are. I know you're a housewife for the last how many years?
Since 16 years now, I'm at home.
You were a wife before when Owen was here.
I was a career stroke wife.
Oh, good. But now you're in the last 15 years, you're a housewife.
Housewife.
You object to the term?
No, that's what you really are. But apparently, I don't know who exactly, what brought about
They
that.
didn't like the label.
Woman
That's all.
rights
They
or
didn't
whatever.
like the label.
Yeah, housewife is like you're like a servant now.
What about the word mother?
Huh?
You think people like to be called, to tell people that they're a mother?
I love that for myself. I can't talk for other people. I love, if you want to say, waken me, you call me mother, you could probably get a lot of things,
So when I refer to you affectionately as Mama Lou, do you see an endearment in it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think there'll be some wives who don't like that, and it's not allowed, because a little English guy said to me, was wondering, why do you call me mommy?
Why do I call you mommy?
So mommy, some women may object to their husband calling them mommy, because it's like it taking away the romantic side of their life. You see me like your mother, that it takes away the romantic aspect.
When you kind of go in depth into these things, you take away the natural flow between a couple, eh?
Yeah. So I always say, what is okay with any couple, how they do it, if they're happy, really happy, that's okay.
Yeah, that's
Because
what
people are different.
Of course. I just want to comment here. This is your niece's cake, right?
Yeah.
It's a fruit cake.
And the sponge cake was made by Deborah.
Right.
Tastes really good.
And
This is Christmas cake, black cake, known as black cake, or fruit cake.
fruit cake, okay, yes.
She's really good. She takes orders, and she does a great job.
You're talking about the girl who made this? Your niece?
Suzanne, yeah.
Susan, okay.
Because she's retired now. It's good. I just had a piece.
Very good.
Yes.
So coming back to this this title.
For Lance's party, of course, nothing.
No.
Everything here is donation.
Well, you went to South and you came up. I wanted to eat this cherry, but I said I'll leave it for you.
No, you could share that.
And then we have here something that Kimberly left behind, right?
Yes.
What is it called this thing again?
Swiss roll.
Oh boy, you remember when we used to stop by that parlor in Tulapuna there? Can you open that there, will you please?
And some cookies.
Yes, yes. No, I will just wanted to see what is inside of it now. Swiss roll, Louise, you remember Swiss roll? We used to stop by that, oh my.
Linda's, it was Linda's.
No, that place in Tulapuna.
Yeah, we used to go and buy bread.
Mm-hmm.
That no longer exists.
Oh, no. I don't even know if the people are still alive. But they were friendly, yeah?
Yeah. So many people cross your life over the years, eh?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, sharing your responsibilities.
Yes, it goes a long way. Now, I've been fortunate to have had a helper for 35 years.
Mm-hmm.
Because Ermin retired after 35 years. And the earlier part of our marriage, we had 2 kids. We lived at St. Anne's, and we had girls coming home.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when you cooked.
Mm-hmm.
So you shared responsibilities because you were home and you would cook and take Lisa to a girl up the hill for her to keep her between 2 and 5
Right.
or 4:30. And when I come, I will go up the hill and get her and have her for the rest of the evening until she goes to bed. And I will go to bed and you'll come home at 10 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So the first year of our marriage, you shared the responsibility. And then I think by the time we had a second child, we had somebody come in and she would cook and do all the housework.
Mm-hmm.
So I always recommend that if you have a husband or a wife is not very responsible or very busy, I don't want to say not responsible. Some wives or some husbands can be very, very busy with their job. And it is very difficult for them to stretch themselves to assist with the chores.
Mm-hmm.
The wife feels very bogged down because she's come home. She has to now cook. She has to help the kids with home lesson, who is in common entrance class, who now learning first year, and a lot of responsibilities. And when that happens, a woman gets burnt out. And very early in the marriage, she becomes irritable and feels that, well, good grief, what is in marriage? It's only responsibilities, there's no joy.
Right.
Because come Saturday now, instead of going out to relax with your family by the beach, you have all your washing to do, grocery shopping, cleaning of the house. What you couldn't do Monday to Friday, you're now doing it on Saturday and Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very demanding that a wife has to do everything by herself. The husband, as I say, might be busy, or he had not been used to helping at home, so it's not his first nature to see what there is to be done.
Mm-hmm.
But when it will become an issue, because roles have changed. Women are working in very serious jobs, very demanding jobs. Their husband too. So it's not like a housewife, who's doing everything. So by the time the husband come home, he could just change his clothes, sit down on a reclining chair, and read or look at movies or do whatever what he wants to do, while the wife is busy. When it's a working woman, she had been busy and now she's busy cooking the food, washing the dishes, helping the children.
So partners need to be very sensitive to the emotions and the needs
Definitely.
of their partners,
Yes.
right?
Share responsibilities. There's nothing about man job and woman job. That was for long ago when a wife was at home and her husband was at work. The husband could say, that's wife's job. My job is to cut the grass. And that alone. But when two people are working, I endorse, and I endorse again, that you have to cooperate with each other and help each other. If you can afford, now let's be real, in the days when we had a babysitter, I don't want to, that time you didn't have minimal wage or anything. So you pay $100 a week to mind two children. They were well paid.
Cost of living was not as.
But now, you have to pay somebody $100 an hour.
It's tough to mind children, especially if they're,
You know? And if you have to put them in a nursery, it's thousands.
You could think of the hassle to get to the nursery.
So it's really, really, but I will say, even if it is once a month, that you get somebody to come and give your house a general clean. If you could just rake and scrape up $300-400 every month for someone to come and give your house a general clean, that's one thing less that you have to labor every Saturday.
So you have a good bit of money for me, girl.
Yes.
You know how much money you have for me?
I pay you in kind. Don't try that.
Yes.
In kindness.
Well. Now listen to me. We were fortunate to be asked whether you like to live in my parents' home. And I must say you wisely said no. But what about folks who really want to get married now, youngsters, and rent is exorbitant? The ideal location is out of reach. What do you think?
You don't have a choice.
You don't have a choice.
Sad to say.
They better stay single. They better stay single.
Well, in the end, it might amount to that anyway.
Yeah, because things are really.
Because I find
To live with in-laws wouldn't be the ideal thing. Eh?
I find personally it's a strain for both sides to be very liberally minded. It is very difficult for someone in their 60s. A child gets married and they are living there and they start to have children. So by the time you're 70 years old, when you would just want to be quiet, you have a lot of little not teenagers, but toddlers running around, making noise, playing, fighting. So for a parent to have to put up with that, a parent sometimes can't say no, but they paying a price. You saving a price, but they paid a price.
But it's also hard for the newlyweds too. Eh?
Oh?
It will be hard for the ones who want to come in and perhaps live because they can't afford otherwise.
Yeah, but then
It's tough for them too, because now there's a restraint in the home, in the relationship. You're not as free as if you were in your own place.
Of course.
So it's going to be a strain both ways.
So this is what I'm saying, that for both parties, it is difficult. For you who want to get married, you will be willing for it at first.
And then prove to be a disaster, eh? Not in every case, but in a lot of cases.
Lance, a young couple, when they start off in life, even if they live alone, it's a brand new life. It's a real life. It's a lot of adjustment for young people now. I mean, I have heard people say, at first it was hard to reconcile, to adapt to all these changes. But for me and you, I speak for myself. I never recall having to adjust the marriage. I never, that word was not in my book, to adjust the marriage. It just flew. And that's because we started off on our own. Because I would like to say something, with all due respect to all. There is something about mothers-in-law. The mothers-in-law are mothers-outlaw. You know, I don't know, when someone gets a good daughter-in-law and a good mother-in-law, you have to say thank God. Because sometimes you're both so different, and therefore you just can't gel, you just can't get along, you just see things differently.
Do you
So
think
it's
that,
not that it's anything bad, but it's just that you're very different.
but do you think sometimes a mother-in-law could be indiscreet in dealing, especially if they're living in the same home? Indiscreet in not knowing, hey, where to hold up.
Indiscreet seemed to be a hard word for me. You know?
Because remember, your son or your daughter, you want to help them, but they've come into your what's the word? They're coming into your atmosphere, so to speak, right?
Your space.
Yeah, nice simple words. Thank you very much. They're coming to your space,
Yeah.
and you have lived in your space a particular way for all these years.
Yes.
And therefore, you are going to say at some point, if not say, or demonstrate through body language, hey, this is not the way I would have done it.
Yeah.
And I think
So that's why I say that it will not, the mother-in-law will not think she's indiscreet. So indiscreet might be a strong word.
well, she has to really buck up to that level of understanding. Hey, things are different now, you know.
Yeah, but Lancelot, at the same time, I am helping you.
Yes, but the other person also wants to get ahead.
Yeah. So that is why
It's difficult. It's a difficult thing.
I will not recommend it.
I myself will not recommend it. But given the economics of the land now,
It will happen.
it will happen.
And a lot of older parents
Yeah,
will be really
in jeopardy.
in jeopardy
Yeah.
because their whole lifestyle will be changing. You no longer could sleep in late because children up till 5 o'clock crying in the house, babies crying. Then when babies grow up, babies touching everything, right? Running behind the baby, they're breaking all the nice things that you cherish.
Or you start moving them out, and the house get like a plain field.
So it has reached to that if a couple really love one another and they say, and the parents themselves might suggest, well, if you all want to, you could come and stay here.
Well, you know, parents really want to help their
Parents
children.
really want to help, but the price they are going to pay will cause them to interfere. Not that you will not see that you're interfering. You will see that you're merely helping.
Thank you.
Gosh, what are you doing there?
No, I just want to leave that right in front of you there.
So,
That's a little ambience,
but
you
this
know.
is a pretty serious topic.
There is no
boxing.
immediate solution to this, huh? No.
No.
It's a question of...
What I will say is, consider well what you're going to do. See the big picture. See the big picture. A lot of times, as parents, you say, I think I would have said that to Lyndon. When you and Kim get married, you all could come and live here. But, you know, it didn't happen. And that was good because Kim and Lyndon was able to settle into their new life without the third party and fourth party. So So it is a very big picture
Mhm.
when that suggestion is made or when that question is asked up here. And can we come and live here for a
It
little
is
while?
a big question.
It's a big request, and I feel that if upfront you have to probably talk about some floor rules, so the person will know. Hey, you see what your mother want there? Hey, you see that if I don't want to live by your mother, I don't want to get married.
Well, just the mention of floor rules, and people are going to get turned off immediately, you know.
Yeah, but really and truly,
Yeah.
floor rules are necessary when you are going into indefinite situation. Somebody tell you, I'll come in to spend a week with you.
It's a week.
It's just a week. By the time you get weak, the
Mhm.
week reach. By the time the week reach, you going to get weak. Where you say, oh gosh, just 2 more days.
Mhm.
But when someone tell you, I want to come and spend a year, me and my wife, we have a little financial position. We saving up for down payment for a house. Can we come and spend a year with you?
What?
Yeah. Or indefinitely. You never hear about temporary become permanent?
Mhm. Oh Lordy, let's
But
end.
it is a very ticklish situation.
Yes. It's a tough one.
But I really feel that I will still say that marriage is a beautiful thing if you are willing to compromise, not change someone, but to compromise. Okay, you want it this way, you want it open, I want it closed, let's use it half open.
Mhm.
You make a compromise where both of you are satisfied.
Mhm.
Not one bursting at the seam and the other one, and the other one,
Mhm. Yeah.
So I don't know if this was the topic that you really, where you wanted
Yes,
to reach.
anything we're talking about marriage and, talking about compromise, communication, discretion, love, concern, care. Anything like that is always helpful because it's an everyday churning of the wheel.
Yes, and every year could bring a different experience
Mm-hmm.
because throughout life is a lifetime of, it's a learning process.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like for instance, Lance and I could only talk about marriage, but we can't talk about divorce and remarrying and what it is to start all over. There's absolutely nothing we could say in the line of advice, how to go about it. I don't even know how you go about too much to get a divorce.
Well, find a good lawyer to start with.
Like you check it out, I want Nancy.
All right, Louise, thank you very much again. This has been a beautiful little evening here. We had our date, we had our cake, we had our drink.
And I can close off with another day too.
Oh boy, not too many, Lou.
No, they're so delicious, Lancelot.
Yeah, but I won't have any more, thank you.
Well, we could share now 50-50.
All right, let me see if I can buy 50-50 there.
These are delicious.
Shanta and Tony, thank you very much for bringing that to us.
Shanta and Tony, these dates are delicious. I want to date Grandpa over, Papa Lance over and over. 50-50.
Oh boy, thank you. All right, Lou, well, thank you very much.
And lots of love and everything. Continue to enjoy the season and love you guys.
All the best.